Well, the weather here today is not playing ball. We have heavy rain. The pitch underfoot may very quickly become soggy and difficult to play upon, and the players will soon be soggy themselves. It is more than damp, and this will examine the fibre of both sides. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
It really is a sight to behold here as Spotify Camp Nou opens its arms to the Barcelona nation, 100,000 plus in unison. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check, it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive look.
And we're underway. Yamal. And the pass is intercepted. Havertz. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I'm a huge fan of Bukayo Saka. Someone always praised for his versatility, his attitude and his cleverness around the pitch. He has the potential to excel in all positions across that front line. But I'd personally like to see him as part of a front three. I think he operates best in that area.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Fermin. Looking for the runner. And he gets rid in a hurry.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because...
Decent hit!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Koundé played towards the other side. Rafinha looking for options for movement, and he's made sure that's not getting through. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Pau Kubasi herring after the ball here. Rafinha into the box. And the ball's come loose here. Fermin. Oh, that is very close.
Fermin brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
Timber. And it's Lewandowski. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. And here's Lewandowski. Now it's Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! Oh my word, that is quite something! About as smooth as it gets. Barcelona are in front.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
He's got away. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Ødegaard.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Referee's had a good look and given a corner. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's Martinelli, and he's managed to get free. Martinelli! Just off target.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Rice does really well to win the ball there. Havertz. Ødegaard. Saka. He's found a way through. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Timber. Saka. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Quick look, then... Oh, smashing header! Oh, just needed a better contact.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Araujo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Stood up well to him there. And he's gone searching crossfield. Balde. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. And he is going into that little black book. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Saliba, Partey. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Koundé, Gavi, and Fermin. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Ødegaard, Lewis Skelly, and we've reached half-time. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout. Reflections on the first half?
A lead that's fully justified for me. They've shown some excellent counter-attacking now, and it's paying dividends.
Barcelona head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 6.
Whistle goes and we start the second half.
Dorsal 21.
Barcelona carrying a 1-goal lead. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Engages and forces him off the ball. Saka. He's found a way past. He's got plenty of space out wide here. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Formality, we're level. Not a twitch, not a blink.
A picture of confidence that was never missing.
Gol del Arsenal. Marcó en el minuto 50 el dorsal 7.
Arsenal grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Luis Skelly. Barcelona come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Rafinha. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lewandowski. Saka.
This is the time you need that pace.
Fiddles it through.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example.
And it's Lewandowski. They want to be quick to recover this. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Really was just waiting to pounce on any slip-up, and he was gifted a chance.
And for a moment, time stood still.
There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. And now they can spring out of defence. Can he finish? Barcelona perhaps contemplating their next change here. He's shifting through the gears here. Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. No, that's been intercepted. Yamal is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Pedri.
Look, it's a run defence's dislike, but the timing has to be spot on.
Rafinha. There's the hit! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. There's a player in need of attention here.
Yeah, maybe a touch of cramp, Peter. Hopefully nothing more serious than that.
Looks as though he's going to see if he can shake it off.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Lewandowski under intense pressure.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this match, and at last their sense of danger has brought them to a possible solution.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Timber. And they can counter here. And here's Rafinha. De Jong. Shot a goal! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 16.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitute.
Oh, they could be caught out here. There's the shot! Goal! Barcelona! And again they hit the front. And it has to be said, an absolute gift. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Barcelona get themselves into the lead.
I think the danger for them now is fatigue. I think when the body tires, the mind soon follows. So concentration is key from here.
And he stands tall, impenetrable.
Arsenal really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Rafinha. That is good alertness. Gabriel. Saliba. To Martinelli. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Odegaard. That was good pressing. Forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Barcelona close now to seeing this one through to the end. He's got the shot away! He has done it! 2 ahead, late in the day. Game over surely.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Arsenal making another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Barcelona could not have picked a better time to snatch a 2-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Saka.
Habrá 5 minutos de
Rafinha. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Rice. That's a sharp pass. They're urging him to shoot.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now it's Lewandowski. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. And here's Martinelli. Lewandowski. And that will be it. Barcelona are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job done in a highly professional manner. Lewandowski claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument.